We are now going to start our trig notes number 3, which involves solving for sides in right triangles. This is helpful when you are given an angle of a triangle and one of the 3 sides. My first example, see we have a right triangle. I am giving you an angle. It's 54 degrees. And we have one of the sides of the triangle. In this case, it's the hypotenuse. Okay? There are 5 steps. The first step is to look at the angle that you're given. Always locate the angle that you're given. Okay? Next, look at sides given in reference to your angle. What do I mean by that? Well, when I look at my angle, I'm given an opposite side and I'm given a hypotenuse. So step 3, which trig function can you use? And remember, we're using SOHCAHTOA. So again, if you look at my angle, I have the opposite and the hypotenuse. Well, opposite and hypotenuse is going to be sine of my angle equals opposite x over hypotenuse. So as you can see, step 4 is to write the equation. Remember, it is always the sine of an angle, cosine of an angle, tangent of an angle. And then the last step is going to be to solve, which we worked on in trig notes number 2. As a reminder, I'm going to put this over 1, and then we cross multiply. X times 1 is x. In this direction, I have 10 times the sine of 54. Using my calculator, that's in degree mode, 10 times the sine of 54 is 8.09. So this side is 8.09. I'd like to go through one more example with you. Okay, now I have a triangle. Try to draw it a little different this time. I'm going to give you this angle is 13. Call that x. Call that 15. All right, we're going to go through our steps. First, you locate the angle. Next, you look at the sides that you have in reference to your angle. 15 is adjacent, and x is the hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse. Which trig function would I use with adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine. So the cosine of my angle is equal to the adjacent side, 15, over the hypotenuse, x. That is my trig equation. Put this over 1. Cross multiply. X times the cosine of 13 is equal to 15 times 1. To solve for x, I'm going to divide both sides by the cosine of 13. Grab my calculator, and I get 15.39. And of course, this can also be done with tangent functions. I said that was my last example, but I'm going to go ahead and do one more example with you. Example 3. Here's my right triangle. I'm going to give you an 80-degree angle. We're going to call this side x and this side 10. Going through my steps, I locate my angle. I have the opposite side and the adjacent side. Opposite and adjacent, that's my tangent function. So the tangent of my angle is equal to the opposite side, 10, over the adjacent side, x. I'm going to put the tangent of 80 over 1, and I'm going to cross multiply. X times the tangent of 80 degrees equals 10 times 1. Divide both sides by the tangent of 80 degrees. Use my calculator, and I get 1.76. This completes note number 3.